What's the name, sir?
Regan.
Regan. Lovely.
R-E-G-A-N.
R-E-G-A-N. Lovely. And, oh my goodness, we're going to see some Jolt. That's, not Jolt. We're going to see some Infect. Lovely. Okay, so, as we settle into our games, we'll and check our opening hands. I think we're sort of ready to go. And check if this button works.
I'll keep as well.
Start whenever you're ready, please. Okay, I think we're good. Everything looks good on your side, Kate?
Yeah, everything looks good.
All right, we're going to lock the players in the naughty room. Slight change from last time. Now we're doing the commentary right out here in the game area. And I think that's going to bring a lot of fun to the situation. So we're just checking our opening hands now. We have, I see Gitaxian Probe and I see Mana Drain, Expedition Map. Now,
City Traders, Colin the Great Creator, Sensei's Divining Top.
Yeah, it's going to be... Okay, we're getting the Gitaxian Probe now as well. A little bit obscured by the glare, but through the power of changing the cam, we're able to see it. Here it comes. Oh, a little bit stifled by Australian internet, but we're going to make it happen. Okay. So Gitaxian Probe puts us down to 18, and then we'll start us off. So, have you ever seen Infect before? Kate, is this...
Not in Highlander.
You can see around the traps?
I've looked at trying to build it before, and it's always felt really short on playables, and you're playing some very middling Infect creatures, but the much...
We did get a couple
the news,
Venerated Rock Priest.
Venerated Rock Priest is quite good. The Seed Core can give the Infect creatures, the 1/1 Infect creatures +2/+1 as well, which is quite powerful.
Yeah, that is super good. I mean, it gives you another copy of Pendelhaven, essentially. Do the nice trick that you saw in Modern a long time ago, where Pendelhaven pump, and then, you know, add your scale-ups and your other things. Berserk, if you're playing Legacy.
We have an Icoclaw Mere
Nice.
to start the Infect creatures. We can Mana Drained.
Maxis are writing on the walls. I mean, obviously the jig is up from the very first thing because I said, oh, do you want me to come over and look through your list so I can find out what you're playing? And Regan said, no, I'm playing Infect. No problem for me. And Max obviously said, no, I'm playing Tuggeranong bus station. So we'll see how this differs from the Grixis bus stop by the team bus stop, which is just the name of our Canberra team, and here are more sort of competitive players. And we'll see if they're connected in some way, but maybe the wheels on the bus go round and round. That could be something that we'd be considering right now. Where usually when you see sort of artifact-based decks, it's not unlikely at all that they'll also be playing sort of Tolarian wheels, like we've seen Isaac Lee play in the past.
Yeah. The Mana Drain used to get cast Calm the Great Creator and have enough mana to also get and cast Liquid Metal Coating here to port them this turn, port Regan this turn, and start destroying the lands from the next turn is going to be a problem.
It's going to be a tough start, and I think you are pinched. We are pinched for mana. Like, we're going to be pinched for mana a little bit because these Infect creatures, as I said before, the actual playable ones. I mean, we know of Blights. We know of the two big ones. The one that say it again, sorry.
Blighted Agent,
Glistener
Elf.
The names of that Blighted Agent and Glistener Elf. Yeah. Thank you. Those ones quite good. What I was thinking as well, because and you've played this before as well, this sort of rug prowess or sprowess if you're playing scale up sort of shenanigans, but that plays really similarly to Infect in a way that's it could give you that feeling of Infect without actually having to play these 3 mana
one-ones.
crappy Infect creatures. Yeah, 3 mana 1/1s. Fury, still marketably only 1 point. 0 points, not even a point yet. So hopefully that could change in the future.
have a Paradox engine in Tuggeranong bus station. That's an exciting one.
It's very nice. Lily MTG also says, hey, there are non-Canberra players in our team. Thank you very much. I think that's very kind, Lily, for you to say, to take on the Canberra bus stop moniker without necessarily being in Canberra. So we do appreciate that, of course. Paradox engine could be really big here. We see the transmute artifact as well. 2 mana, sacrifice an artifact, search a library for a artifact that is slightly larger. And then you have to pay the difference between the two, if I'm not mistaken.
You do have to pay the difference, but if you get something cheaper, you don't have to pay anything.
Nice, yeah. Okay, so here.
I wonder if we might see a coveted jewel. That would be an exciting one.
Yeah, I remember there was a deck that was flying around a little bit that was like coveted jewel, blink effect, blink effect, blink effect. It was just like your only goal was to hope that the next 3 cards will include another blink effect so you can just flicker your coveted jewel infinitely. That was a fun time. Thank you, Kat. New video setup looks nice. That's very nice. Kat, DM me your address at some point, and I'll get you a beautiful CBR tote bag for free. Kat's been around for a long time. We appreciate her enthusiasm for the game. So we have CBR MTG tote bags out here, illegally selling them under the table. So they're on the table currently, but the deal happens under the table. Okay.
Spinning top.
I don't know if you've seen this in your meta or in WA as a whole, but like I felt like I've seen way more Sensei's Divining Tops lately. Maybe it's just like a resurgence. I'm not sure what has changed to make Top a more suitable card, but maybe it's just like the time to be scared of it is over, and there's new players coming to the format who want to give this really powerful artifact a spin.
They will be giving it quite a few spins. I'm not sure exactly why it's being more popular at the moment.
Yeah, it is a weird one. I guess, we're about to see a little synergy here that we haven't seen in the past, which is the introduction of Surveil lands from the Murders of Karlov mana set. So it's just ETB tapped lands, but they have that land type. I think Wizards is finally figuring out that players will gladly play tapped lands if they have those land types so they can be fetched out early.
Yeah.
Of course, Meticulous Archive, the tundra of the cycle, but is kind of a combo with top. You top what you want, and then maybe you put that card in the bin after you spin your top. So a little bit of synergies. But yeah, it's interesting. We'll see what Max comes. We'll see what Max does with it. Meticulous Archive, getting a spell trigger right now.
I'm interested to see what this expedition map is going to find. Maybe something like Tolarian Academy would be quite powerful on this kind of board.
Yeah, it's good. It depends on which direction you're going. Obviously, like it also gets Urza's Saga, which is a very popular choice. But I think you're right that probably, if we want to do anything, we've got a little bit of card draw, we've got a little bit of selection with the Khan as well. Like beefing it up with a big hunk of mana is probably where you want to be. Regan untapping here. Max keeping that activation close to his chest. He did make that land drop for turn Meticulous Archive, so probably worth waiting until your opponent's end step if you do want to use it, but maybe Max just wants to keep it around just in case things change, A little bit obscured by the quality of the cameras. You don't know how many chords needed to make it happen in full HD, but I have a dream that Australian internet can survive full HD streaming. I believe it. Not now, but in the future. Yeah. Nice prediction by you, Kate. Getting
Talarian.
and tapping more. Yeah.
I think it makes sense with the transmute artifact to have the mana to transmute into something larger.
Yeah, transmute. There's a few cards that we've started to coin as like Highlander mythic rares. Cards like Meltdown, Mental Note. These cards that are like pretty good in Highlander, but only because there's no many Thought Scours or anything. But Transmute Artifact, both regular mythic, I think it's actually a common, but regular mythic and also Highlander mythic, because it's really hard to get a copy of Transmute Artifact and extremely expensive.
Yeah.
Max is not deterred though, getting this Ensnaring Bridge.
I'm getting an Ensnaring Bridge. That's exciting. That's a good way to turn off all getting attacked by infect creatures.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And it depends on how many cards Max has in hand. At the moment, only 2. But with lots of mana, the only thing stopping you... It's actually interesting, just quickly, Dizzy M, how many runners today? We have 63 players for this 6-round event. Should be going on for just quite a while, but only in round 1 right now. As I was mentioning before, 63, thank you, Kate. Thank you, Kat. It's funny with Infect in specific, like, because you're so high up on pump spells, I mean, obviously Stifle for mana for Regan, unfortunately. Max is explaining something very complicated here, but for Regan, not like other aggro decks, he is able to just, like, attack under the bridge and then pump, you know, so it is possible to get
definitely is. The Force of Will from Regan being stuck in hand with, I think, not any blue cards in hand is a little awkward because it stops the Beanstalk from triggering as well, which would be quite nice.
Would be nice, yeah. I mean, if we're only comparing board states, I think this is like in a pretty bad spot. Candelabra, yeah. Max really finding all the expensive pieces with the Candelabra as well, also quite expensive. Oh, but this is serious. I think we're empty-handed.
We are empty-handed.
I guess you can draw. Yeah, maybe you can draw with the top. You're definitely spinning. You could draw with the top, and then if you draw something else, you can cast the top. But yeah, we have quite a bit of mana at the moment. That Candelabra of Tornos, a 1-mana artifact that says tap and X, untap X lands. Supposed to, maybe, only be used for color fixing, but if you tap a Tolarian Academy for 100 mana...
Oh, this is good.
We're nearly infinite. Well, not infinite, but Brainstorm's going to help it out. This is the Candelabra untapping with the Paradox engine, so allowing the Tolarian Academy to tap again. And we're just going to keep doing this. And this is where top is going to really shine.
There was a Fabricate in the top of the library, which, depending on what's we have to find, could basically end the game, like a Coveted Jewel.
Oh yeah. I mean, I know the Coveted Jewel. Sorry, mate. I know the Coveted Jewel's on the list, absolutely. But there's no shortage of giant artifacts that you can fabricate for if you have a lot of mana. Can you just use these giant dice here so we can see them on footage for anything your heart desires? All right. Just bought these giant dice and finally going to get a chance to use them.
We have One Ring Paradox engine. Okay.
Yes. I'm so surprised that we haven't seen more of this. This is an insane interaction. Having One Ring comes in, of course, it gives you protection, blah, blah, blah. But draw a card might draw you into another spell. And if you get to tap it again, because the Paradox engine is going to untap it, maybe you go again, and maybe you go again. This is a combo that I feel like we haven't seen very much of, and obviously very susceptible to graveyard hate, but I mean, Max is showing us the power right now, that's for sure.
Yeah, we draw a spell. That makes things much harder to brick.
Yeah, I think that early Khan might have been the thing that shut it off. It's funny, you see in Modern, there was the banning of Mycosynth Lattice because it was just too easy to go like Khan, Mycosynth Lattice. Max doesn't even want to or care about doing that. I mean, you're obviously bound by the creatures that are on the board, killing the Khan and turning off the Lattice, but the liquid metal coating was like well and truly just enough to turn this game around. Not turn this game around, but like close the door for Regan.
Yeah.
He's getting a turn.
Okay.
So annoying as well. One ring protection for a turn as well, so it's like doesn't matter, but here we go.
Yeah. So One Ring doesn't give protection from the Planeswalker's protection, so you can still kill those. So the Khan is likely to not live the turn.
Damn, I mean, it might be possible that Max bricked, and like losing to the goldfish is one of the saddest things that can possibly happen, but not impossible, you know.
One of the lands in hand is drew 2 lands. One of them's the one that one tap untap target land, which is quite good with Academy.
Oh yeah, I think it's Deserted Isle, something like that.
Deserted Temple.
Deserted Temple.
Something, and then a Tree of Tales. So yeah, we bricked and drew 2 lands.
That is unfortunate, but not impossible.
But I don't think this Khan is super needed to win this game.
No, I think if you're untapping with the ring, you're in a pretty good space.
Yeah, untapping with a Ring, Paradox Engine, Candelabra, I think Max will be fine.
Oh yeah. But, you know, 3 lands, you could draw 3 lands. You also have the top as well. I mean, this is kind of top shining.
Oh, the top got shuffled in to draw the Fabricate.
Top's gone. Oh, okay, I see. Interesting. All right. Well, yeah, we'll see. I mean, Max is able to untap again. This goes this one. Go back to this. Yeah, tap again. Have another look.
Teferi, which can turn off the Force of Will if you're scared about that one finally having a blue card to go with it.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know what's in Regan's hand too much, but that's a very a great one. And we will be forced to make an action here if we're going to choose to, but otherwise, no, it doesn't look like there's any. Interaction. We are getting a reader here. Teferi, who posted in the chat as well. But if you don't know what Teferi is, I feel like you've had a really nice life. You know, Teferi, Time Raveler, a 3-mana War of the Spark Planeswalker, and it stops your opponent from casting spells unless they're at sorcery speed. So it has a lot of like has a lot of interesting interactions with like Cascade, with Suspend, like all this stuff that like don't like forcibly cast stuff at instant speed. Like it turns that all off. But what I think Max is playing a main board for is to stop the Teferi coming in. Nathan in the chat, welcome. What the heck is Tugger on Bus? That's a great question, and we will ask Max afterwards, but it seems hopefully a connection to the Tuggeranong, to the bus stop team, which is a team in Canberra and Sydney and other places that play, that brew decks together, and perhaps he's saying that something to do with artifacts is, you know, the reason why it's called Tuggeranong specifically.
Yeah, we have Trinket Mage for our top, and now we have top Paradox Engine, 1 ring, so we should be able to draw our whole deck. We'll find out how Max plans to win the game from here. Maybe with perhaps like a walking ballista.
Yeah, lots of mana. Yeah, Walking Ballista will do it. There's a Search for Glory there, which is kind of fun. Nathan, I think Dennis might get in there before me, but Canberra is well known for their bus stops. We have a very beautiful bus stop if you Google search Canberra bus stop. It's very iconic, so I think it's what we're doing here.
I just saw a Voltaic 7 in the top. I'm curious if that means this is a Time Vault with this deck as well.
I know that Max owns a Time Vault. Hopefully that means that we'll see one, but you kind of, you don't have much points if you play Time Vault, but it's definitely possible, and if you're playing Paradox Engine, that also helps a lot as well.
We've seen Top Academy Ring, and if it could just be Time Vault as the last 4 points.
Yep, okay, I can see it. We might find out right at this very moment, because here comes Wear of Invention. Blue, X, improvise, search your library for an artifact to put onto the battlefield.
Oh, that's a folio of fancies. Oh, we're gonna deck Regan is the answer.
That's fun. Why even use a time vault when you can just use folio fancies? Let's have a look at this folio fancies. What does folio fancies do, Kate?
It draws cards or mills.
Okay.
Yeah.
Each player draws X cards. Each opponent mills equal to the number of cards in their hand. Kind of fun. I'm like impartial to the sort of Blue Sun Zenith if you're going to try and go down that line, but usually when you have infinite mana, it doesn't really matter what you.
This one being an artifact probably works with Word of Invention, Transmute Artifact kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And we saw that just then, obviously, with Max 2 million out with that. So we're doing a little bit of untapping here. We get another go. This is unreal. Yeah, I was gonna say we have another go untapping it with the Paradox engine, but like, God, what doesn't allow Folio of Fancies to untap at this point? Nathan, so the bus stops to protect from the rain or the sun. Both. It protects you from everything. It protects you from falling birds and other things that are from the sky. So yes, what doesn't a bus stop protect you from is the real question. Okay. Free look at Regan's deck. Pretty tempting, to be honest, to just scoop, conserve the information. That's obviously a decision point that everyone has to make, but like when you're kind of just out of the game. But I don't know, if you mill like 100 cards, like maybe you won't be able to come back from it. And yeah, unfortunately, in fact, up to 3, which is not quite enough. But yeah, we're gonna see Max take up that first game.
I think Regan's deck might be 8 points. I'm not sure I saw any reserveless cards in the mills. And we saw like the blue-black BFZ Battleland, which is
interesting.
Usually not the best, not the land choice in a 3-color deck for a normal 7-point list. So, but
yeah, you do find yourself. Here we go. Here's our sideboard stuck to the bottom of our things. We are going to go into game 2 here, but yeah, an interesting insight into sort of the mana base and sort of. It's really interesting. Like, you don't realize how important dual lands are until you're missing them. You know, it's like these dual lands, like they definitely help. Even in 2-color decks, you know, like missing out on 1 dual land, it does have a cost. Kate saying, "Think you saw a tropical island from the Infect player." So
okay, maybe
we'll catch up with the players a little bit later and see if we can get an idea about what possessed them to make these choices. Interesting. Triumph of St. Catherine in the sideboard. I don't think we're going to be needing that one. Usually a very good card if you have top, obviously, but also if you're trying to protect yourself from
damage.
damage. But, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But lifelink doesn't. Yeah. Lifelink doesn't really affect in dying to infect. But we are potentially boarding in a Monastery Mentor. That's an exciting way to sidestep artifact hate.
Yeah, it's super interesting because Brotherhood's End, very popular card in Highlander in the sideboards. But Monastery Mentor, as you said, completely gets around it. You know, I mean, it's funny because Brotherhood's End is so flexible, but if you have both artifacts and Monastery Mentor on the battlefield, then your opponent has to make a kind of awkward choice.
Nathan Lepetz, when deck checks get done, they also check the points. Basically, is the thing.
Yeah, so we are stifled by capacity, I suppose. We have 2 judges on call today for 63 players, and if this was a school, they would absolutely get caught. Like, you know, fair work ombudsman would start knocking on your door because 30 players each for each of these 2 judges is it's a lot of players, you know, a lot of deck checks. Stream looks good, Angus. Thank you very much. Jolt Games Australia. As you see, astute viewers will be able to see the logo for Jolt Games in the corner of our wonderful setup. That is where we are right now. Jolt Games in Mitchell. Come here for all your fun board game needs and play space. Very happy for them to have hosted our tournament. Thank you very much to Jolt Games. Lovely. Getting a lot of first-time chatters in the chat, so that's lovely. Obviously, there's always a conversation about do we do it on Twitch or do we do it on Discord, but the benefit of doing it on Twitch, of course, is that you do get people who aren't on the Discord, and I don't know if that's necessarily true for our first-time chatters. Let us know, but it's good to get maybe you get a couple of looky-loos coming in and having a look, hoping for some good Eternal Magic, and we've got it for them right here. Oh, lovely. Xsuit, thank you for the subscription. For your second month, the second month is the most important month. The first one, everyone subscribes on a whim for their first month, and then they go, wait a minute, why the hell did I do that? But you've chosen to come back, and I do really appreciate that. So thank you, subscribe to Prime. Not on Discord, just enjoy the format. Yeah, lovely. Thank you, Dizzy. Appreciate that. What does your meta look like, Kate, in WA? I feel like I'm never there, so I can never tell. But what are we scared of in that side of town?
It's like pretty normal things. Like there's some Breach, there's blue mid-range decks, but there's no Mishra's Workshops just at all. No one. I've never seen a Mishra's Workshop played in Perth.
I wonder if that's an availability issue or if it's a.
I'm not sure if it's
do you have any artifacts?
I'm not sure it's
in general.
An availability thing because like we have like walks and recalls and moxes occasionally turn up and stuff. And it's just I think people don't like playing shops in Perth.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's an interesting one. It like ebbs and flows. I knew in South Australia there was like a Mana Crypt resurgence like way earlier than when Mana Crypt got pointed recently. And they kind of felt like they were ahead of the curve, but it was never artifacty stuff. It was just like whatever we could get, whatever we could put on the battlefield on turn 1 or turn 2 is what Mana Crypt's going to do. And 2 or 3 years later, we saw that with the rise of these sort of red-white, red-black aggro decks.
Initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get enough, a decent chunk of like crypt initiative decks and stuff as well. But yeah, it's like leans towards fair with some combo and no shops, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. We like a
Ignoble Hierarch is a good start for Infect. They just always want to lead on a Hierarch.
Yeah, it's so funny. We'll see a bit later, I suppose, if Regan's playing any other mana dorks, but having 2 Hierarchs is really quite nice. Your the Exalted trigger is not nothing. It's not nothing at all.
Ancient Stirrings of Tree of Tales revealing Candelabra, setting up for another good Academy start.
Yeah, that's that's what you want. That Ancient Stirring, really quite powerful. I remember a little while ago I used to stream and was streaming this like Painter's Servant deck with Ancient Stirring, and I didn't realize that it also Painter's Servant also turns all the cards in your library the color. So Ancient Stirrings was just straight up turned off. I'm like, oh, whoopsies.
Underground Overgrown, Underground Mortuary. The Black Rings of Aeland has been played by the Infect deck.
It'll be interesting to see how many of those we see and how it affects the format, because like Surveilland's great. It's like having a cantrip. You can fetch it out every turn. But what the unintended consequences is that you're just playing less. Maybe you're playing less 1-drops. Maybe you're actually like intending to go a little bit slower. The Surveillands definitely facilitate that, but whether or not they change the meta, I suppose is still to be decided.
Plague Stinger from Regan is one of the better Infect creatures. That one sometimes sees play in Modern alongside Phyrexian Crusader. It does its best Blighted Agent impression, as long as there's no other flyers.
Yeah, flying counts. I wonder. It looks like we're pretty firmly bug by the looks of it. But it gives you access to all those really important spells. But I think the modern version was actually just blue-green, so foregoing the black. But I think, as you mentioned with Plague Singer and some of our other friends, that you just need that black as well, just so you can have more infect creatures.
Yeah. Chromox imprinting something, but it's white to cast Portable Hole.
Lay down arms, maybe could be.
It is no. I think it's the like Exile thing, and they can recast it for +2 mana.
Oh, okay. Well, it wouldn't be lay down arms, of course, because unless
lack of
Max
planes.
only wants to put it under. Yeah, not very many planes. Yes, it's definitely something. Soul Partition from Lilia MTG. Thank you.
Yeah,
that sounds right.
That's the Exile thing, and it costs 2 more to replay it.
Anytime players can also search for by playing !card and typing in the card name. You will be able to find it in the chat. We'll do that right now, but feel free to use that to your advantage, chat. It is the benefit of being there. Lovely, yeah. 1 and a white instant exile target permanent for as long as that card remains exiled. Its owner may cast it. Cost 2 more to cast. Exactly on the money, Kate. Card observation skills and recollection of their rules text. I have heard from you one of your greatest skills. Not from you, but from everyone else, you know.
Okay.
Kate's so good at this, you know.
Oh, Monastery Mentor.
What's next? Okay, we are seeing the sideboard plan come into action.
That might be a problem.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. I guess we're gonna find out. Max, usually known for like Esper Oracle as a player. I think he's sort of like trying different things, obviously with this one, but he knows his good white sideboard cards, and I think the Soul Partitions get me pretty excited as a 1-mana instant. Obviously, Get Lost came out recently as well. I've seen him play with, but Portable Hole, like all these are really great. Just like really easy exile-based removal spells, and Max is a pro at it. Lovely. We're waiting on the resolution of this ponder, thinking about it.
Yeah, we are thinking about how this ponder's gonna go. We are, looks like we're keeping. Yeah, we're keeping.
Okay.
Probably want it to be a good Phyrexian creature, a good Infect creature, or a way to deal with this.
Hey, after the errata, all Infect creatures are Phyrexian now. So
they are, in fact, all Phyrexian.
Let it be known.
Max has a Whir of Invention.
You get kind of nervous when people start going, tap this, no, untap this, tap this. Something's happening here.
It's we used Deserted Temple and Candelabra to make all 3 blue. Is what happened here.
Very nice. Well, I mean, we mentioned it in the game 1 that the secret benefit of Candelabra is that it fixes your mana, and that's what it's doing right here. So,
we're assembling Mentor plus top, which is quite good in that we get to trigger Mentor every turn by just putting it on top of our library, which is going to kill quite fast.
Oh yeah. There's no faffing around when it comes to Monastery Mentor. If you get to untap with it, especially with the top, as you mentioned before, a very common technique in old Legacy days, 2 tops and Mentor is just 1 mana.
Make a token.
Mentor, you know?
Yeah.
Make a token, yeah, exactly. And
quite good.
if you do that, you get to kill him pretty quickly, yeah.
Inkmoth Nexus found off Once Upon a Time. That one is one of the like premier Infect creatures, but we'll see if it's fast enough. There's no flyers from Max, so like if they don't die this turn, then like 2 pump spells plus Exalted can probably kill pretty easily the next turn.
Yeah. We have 15 life, 2, 3, 4.
Ooh,
You have
that's
to
a venerate.
probably have to cast quite a few spells.
That's a venerated rock priest.
Okay. Card that we mentioned before. 1 mana. Whenever you target this spell, each opponent, this permanent, each opponent gets a infect counter. Great with pump spells. Although I don't know if you've seen something that I haven't, but I haven't seen one pump spell so far.
There was a Become Immense stuck in Regan's hand in game 1, as well as Legolas's Quick Reflexes, which is a new one that's quite good, and is a way to kill Mentor.
Oh, of course. Give you the old Taparuni. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that Legolas's quick reflexes before. Having split second, huge as well, because like what you want from those blossoming defense style cards is that your opponent just doesn't counter it and keeps on going with their life. But split second is going to help with that for sure.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how many removal spells they have in hand. It's going to resolve, and it's going to give it hexproof.
Yeah, big time. Okay. All right, here comes the attack. I think it's probably pretty beneficial. You might lose the Mentor, maybe, but I think we've got enough tokens here. It probably doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think if you use the Mentor here, then they're using pump spells, and you're happy to not die to the pump spells.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the same with burn, you know. You're like, if your opponent's sending burn spells at your creatures, then God, at least they're not sending it at my face, you know.
Yeah. All right. Well, moment of truth. Let's see if Regan has enough pump spells to kill.
Yeah, we could see a quick game here. Maybe we can catch up with Max or Regan afterwards. But yeah, this is the moment of truth, as you said. We have a couple of things. We possibly can get in with that Ink Moth. That could be it, but yeah, we're gonna have to see something pretty special out of this. Only few cards left in hand.
With Noble Hierarch.
Yeah.
That's kind of a pump spell.
Yeah, it's an expensive one, but it works. It works. We got 2 Exalted triggers now, so yeah, of course. So Ink Moth getting in for 3 if it attacks by itself, and then God, maybe you're just like bang, bang, bang with the Rot Priest. Like it's tough when you're like not attacking with the Rot Priest, so, like whether or not you want to pump it, but Infect 3.
Infect 3.
I don't know.
All right.
Stay alive. Oh, okay. Here comes the Wasteland.
Which would be...
Regan was on infinite life. Thank you, Dennis. Of course, a sideways 8, one of the closest things you can get to infinite, but we'll see.
Might have to block some of these mentor tokens this turn to not die.
Yeah, it's going to be really awkward. I mean, it's hard to get from 3 to 10, especially if you don't have those 2 hierarchs left over. But I mean, how many spells has Max got to cast before these are like all lethal threats? I think probably a few, I suppose, but yeah, going wide and going tall, really terrible combo for anyone trying to survive against it.
Yeah, if Regan doesn't die this turn, a Become Immense will be lethal. If one of the Hierarchs lives, a Scale Up is lethal.
Oh, of course, yeah. So to put you, and then get whatever you can get out of Rot Priest. I think Max, if he's not going to go for lethal here, he would definitely leave up a blocker. Like unless you're like straight up going for lethal, might not be worth it to leave yourself open to the Rot Priest, because if Rot Priest is the target of the pump spells, I mean, Regan's only got 1 card in hand, so it's going to have to be a really good one. But yeah, you can get those little bit of extra oomph from that Rot Priest trigger for sure.
Okay, so we got Mox Opal, so there is at least something has to get blocked here, but only the Mentor does, and then you take 6 and don't die.
Mentor 5, 6, 7. I believe these are power. The tokens are representing the power that they're up to. So starts
They are,
as 1,
yeah.
but every time you cast a spell, it goes up by prowess trigger. So we're coming in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Leaving 1 on blocks. So 9 damage here. That is lethal. So, but that's kind of interesting actually, because you can, I mean, you can just sacrifice the Rot Priest. Maybe? Like
if you sacrifice the Rot Priest, then a +4/+4 pump spell is still lethal. There's something like Embiggen or Invigorate or Vines of the Vastwood or something.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. We'll see if we can get a little peek at Regan's hand. Hopefully, being very cards close to his chest is both literal and metaphorical, as he's not showing us what this last card is, but maybe we can get a peek soon while we're deciding how we're going to do our blocks.
I think, all the +4s work regardless because of Rot Priest's trigger.
Yep.
Yeah. Go to 2.
Down to 2, baby.
We blocked with Noble Hierarch.
We did decide to go with the Noble Hierarch, yep.
Right,
what's the play, Regan? This could be your time.
We have a land, and I don't know what the other spell is.
Yeah, I missed it. Mantle Misstep from Max's side. Kind of funny, if Regan plays his cards right, he could play a 1-drop, and then Max missteps, and then suddenly there's another blocker on the battlefield, and we'll see. But
Invigorate? Yeah, this is lethal.
Invigorate, yeah. That's huge. That's huge.
This
is... see the Invigorate.
Yeah, this is.
I mean, this could. This
2. This is 2 with the. Yeah, this is just 7. And you got the Rot Priest trigger.
Well, that's quite nice.
Before. Yeah.
Regan really showing a lot of restraint here, waiting for the exact right time to go off. And this is the last moment. And yep, absolutely, Regan takes it out. So that's game 2. We're going to find our way into a game 3 soon, very, very soon.
Yeah. Managed to survive long enough and found a good Infect creature to close it out.
Yes. 5 minutes left in the round. I think the judge might give him an extra couple of minutes. But it will be close to the end. I might poke my head in there and fiddle with the hand cams a little bit so we can get love to fiddle the best I can. There's like 5 minutes left in the round, but you guys get another couple of minutes, so like 7 minutes left. Should be good. All right. And I'm going to just fiddle with this a little bit. So. No. You're doing everything perfectly. Damn sick Becomaments win just then, we got to see. Really close for you. Yeah. All right. That looks good. And then... Okay, going into game 3.
I just drew from top, that fell, no idea where it was.
Okay. Lovely. Okay. Resolving our opening mulligans. Max is going to 6. I believe. Regan's opening up his initial hand. See how it goes. See that Invigorate kill, Sophie. We got Sophie here, a fellow former Invigorate enthusiast. How are you, Sophie?
Well, I sold my soul to the dark side. I'm playing Grixis. I'm 2-0, so...
Oh, okay.
Well, actually, no, 1-0.
1-0. But you won your 2 games. Damn. Okay. So there is a good price for the selling of the soul.
Looks like both players mulliganed there.
Okay. Now let's check those opening hands. We got a Nature's Claim, I believe, thought about getting sent to the bottom. Kind of interesting, because we did see a couple of Infect creatures that were also artifacts. So maybe there's some other cards in his hands that we're not worried about. That's we out a little bit, but
Max kept 2 lands, Mox Opal, Manifold Key, Lorien Revealed, and some other artifact.
It's it might even be Universes Beyond by the looks of the sort of the shading on the top, but
I'm not
sure. One of the hardest parts of our job is figuring out what the cards are. Let's see what we got.
Here's the Manifold Key. Oh, it's a bauble. Okay. It's just Mishra's bauble.
Ah, nice one. Universes within Mishra's bauble, 0 mana artifact, a trinket that kind of saw, oh man, the hand cams. the trinket that saw a little bit more play once people realized that it's basically a free prowess trigger. You know, I saw a lot of play in modern, and now it's kind of
Ooh.
everywhere.
We've drawn Sylvan Scrying. That card goes and gets Academy. Or Urza Saga, maybe. That's still... Nope, we're just getting Academy. That's a good one.
It definitely gets Academy a lot. How did that hand cam go? Bad or good? Bad. Okay.
Regan, end of turn fetching. Oh, okay, there is a tropical island. Okay.
Very nice. Beautiful. Yeah, well spotted, Kate. Absolutely tropical island. One of the more reserved cards in the list of reserved cards, that's for sure. Okay. You were right, absolutely, yeah. Good eye, Kate, good eye. We're a little bit stifled on something to do, but I think Max is actually palming this Lauren revealed for the alternate casting mode. Usually just seen as a land cycler, but damn, we got a lot of mana. Maybe we're just casting it, drawing 3 cards.
Yep. Next turn you play Academy, you draw 3 cards. It's pretty good.
Yeah?
Regan has a Necropede for this turn.
Oh, now we're talking. Yeah.
2 mana, 1/1. When it dies, put a Necron counter on target creature. It has Infect. That's most of what it does.
If that was a 1 mana card, that would be fantastic. You know, we've seen a lot of like, what was there was like the ghoul or the the wraith that when it dies you can make a treasure or give -1/-1. Oh my
Max
God,
has cast Balance. Has 1 card in hand.
And we know what that card is too, because it's a Lorien revealed. So we can't quite do it yet. That's 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're still sacking a land.
We'll be able to cast it next turn.
Cast it this turn. Next turn, yeah. Yeah, what a deck coming from Grash. Yeah, we've seen Balance before used in this way as just like a 2 mana Wrath. Particularly good in those artifact strategies where most of your mana comes from artifacts, and Balance does not force you to do anything with that. So
yeah, just Blight Member has Regenerate.
Okay.
Yeah, Balance as Wrath of God Mind Twist is a powerful card.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we have Minimo Academy now going.
Minimo as well. Okay, Minimo untaps target legendary permanent, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it untaps the ring, it untaps Emery, it untaps Tolarian Academy.
Oh, what doesn't it untap, you know? For fun, it can retap your... No, Paradox Engine. No, I take it all back. Untap something. Your Traxos? Oh, damn. Now we're talking.
Regan has cast Grafdigger's Cage, which I'm not immediately sure what that's to stop at first.
Well, it does stop from the library, so we're protecting ourselves from...
It stops creatures entering the battlefield of the library. I don't think it stops Where of Invention.
Artifacts. No, you're right. It doesn't stop Where... stops Mystic Forge a little bit, but again, yeah, as you said, if
it does stop Mystic Forge.
Maybe this is like... Yeah.
It stops you casting spells. We're getting
spells. Yeah.
Got Inventor's Fair
so
with a map. It's a pretty good one.
Yeah, Inventor's
and we're
Fair.
transmuting Talaria West.
Okay. What zero mana thing can we get?
Ballista is like immediately is the big one I would think about.
Yep.
Since like you need to win in turns.
Yeah. Getting some interactions in the chat. Grash also agreeing that Ballista could be the get. And then, just to kill the Blight Mamba. And Regan has no cards in hand, is that right?
Oh, we're getting Urza's Bauble. Okay.
Interesting. Very interesting. So we do have the Minamo to untap the Tolarian Academy to make 4 mana. That is enough if you haven't played a land this turn, which I don't think.
Max played Tree of Tales this turn.
Okay, well there you go. Yeah, so maybe for next turn, having a look at that bauble,
Just
look at your
drawing 2
hand,
cards.
look at the top of your library, just to draw some cards. Yeah. Interesting tension for the artifact deck because the trinkets, they make you mana, of course, with the Tolarian Academy and obviously the Mox Opal as well. But you know, they're also card draw in your back pocket if you need it, and I see Max expertly playing those baubles.
So this Academy only currently makes 3 mana.
Yes, this Tree of Tales, Mox, and
Ooh,
Key.
okay.
Comes the Candelabra. That will help. That will help.
That will help.
We got a lot of untaps in the back pocket now. We've got this one. Could have been
And Minimo.
may have
Yeah.
been better to do the Minamo as well, because Candelabra can target multiple lands. So maybe you Minamo first and then untap with the Candelabra.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what the mana is like or what Max is planning. He's definitely
we
planning
have-
something. There's a lot of mana here.
We have Manifold Key to untap Candelabra and make more mana.
Oh, baby. The party doesn't stop
Yeah.
partying. We've made
And we have
a lot of mana right now.
And we untapped Academy plus Minimo with the Candelabra.
Yeah, Max is all over it, yeah. He knows how his cards work, and we're seeing genius work at play right now, I think. Yeah, goes down to 5, uses it to untap the Inventor's Fair. Now we're sacking the Inventor's Fair. Only 1 mana left in pool, but I guess everything else is tapped. You can... it's just in here. Yeah, can I have an extra 2 minutes?
I mean, it's been 50 minutes. So
Okay, so time in the round. Yeah, call time now. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. We're going to try and work through these matches really quickly. Luckily, we are... It seems more or less over. I mean, poor Regan, not much cards in hand. We will end with a draw if it's not done in 5 turns, but I don't know if Regan's going to survive to 5 turns. But who knows, we might see the Become Immense off the top, something, you know?
Yeah, we have Max. Max just cast a One Ring, so isn't dying this turn.
Yep.
That's a Sylvan Library.
Looks like it.
Yeah. So,
No damage
If-
taken from, as you said, the protection, so... We've got everything that we need. This is turn 2. I think Max can probably wrap it up, but again, like we saw that surprise Infect kill game 2 from Regan, so it could happen again, you know?
if they don't, then Regan can like Sylvan Library, pay 8 life, draw 3 cards, and kill from that reasonably easily. Well, Monastery Mentor makes
Unlucky.
blockers and makes that a little bit harder.
Max, a huge fan of the Monastery Mentor, and we're going to see why he puts it in every sideboard he's ever played forever. There's going to be one, we're brainstorming. I see a preordained in hand, baby. We're going to go again. Yeah, let's do it. Really nice to have that turn off. He probably didn't need the turn off for the ring, but again, like, you just put it down, you go, you can't touch me until next turn, you know? Academy should be tapping for 4. That's probably something to be relevant of. Thank you, Grash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5? Tree of Tales? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, it should be tapping for
Should actually be
5.
tapping for 5 because of the Tree of Tales as well. So, yeah, untap. Even more. I mean, here comes the Gataxian Probe, essentially just enabling the Monastery Mentor, but
I think he tapped it for 5 and used 2 for the Mentor, which is correct.
yeah, right. That makes sense. Okay, so we will be figuring it out. I'm sure Max is well and truly on top of it. He's going nuts. He's whining and he's dining. He's passing the turn though. I mean, we're in turn 3. Each player has 1 more turn left to go. Blight Mamba, unfortunately, no flying. We'll see what we can see with the Sylvan Library here. Some cards. Not quite sure. We do see a mana drain from Max's side as well. I mean, mana drain kind of puts it away for sure. We see a misstep and another infect creature. Yeah, this could be pretty bad.
Yeah.
Another creature's not going to do it. I mean, it's turn 3 at the moment. Regan gets turn 5. That's true. He does have 1 more turn maybe. But Yeah, I don't know. This, here's our soul partition. I think all Max has to do is, I guess Max is probably going to try and kill because it'd be a shame to essentially go off with Monastery Mentor and then not win, like still end the game in a draw. So I think he's pretty incentivized to make that big attack this turn as his last one.
Yeah. He used Soul Partition to remove the Blight Member, so there's only one creature. You need to get... If you get two prowess triggers this turn, then the 6 tokens are 18 on their own, which probably means which seems pretty easy to do here. So I think Max will tie it up.
Yeah, I mean, never say never. You could see this one mental misstep in hand. No way he can't swing for lethal. Yeah, I believe so. I think you're absolutely right. Especially when you're drawing a billion cards with the One Ring. You got Minamo to untap with the One Ring. I mean, Max is like, it's time in the round. I have all the time, you know. No one wants to concede here. In the last turn that I possibly get, maybe I'll just cast every single spell in my library as a show of strength. This is Whir of Invention here, as we saw before. We'll see what Whir of Invention gets. I don't think that he needs it, but I mean, we'll see.
No, definitely doesn't need it. I think this is already lethal.
Ooh, this is his Dividing Top. Yeah, Max is, I think at the point, just like, spin top, draw the
Find a
thing,
spell.
you know, draw something else. Yeah. I think we just want to make it like extra lethal. Maybe we're playing through a removal spell, but yeah, as you said, like only a couple prowess triggers was needed for those tokens to get in by themselves.
Okay, now we have a Paradox Engine.
Paradox Engine. Minamo, everyone's still untapped, so we could get more draws off the One Ring at any point, but Max is going to be very kind and just swing for lethal instead.
This is 4 spells.
3 prowess triggers, 4 spells. So
I think it's 4.
Damn, so Monastery 6 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. Bunch of blockers on hand ready to go. Good idea, Regan. Blocks with the Infect creature. And there's a handshake. Nice, very nice. Monastery Mentor, huge killer that game. Very happy to see it. Yeah, incredible plays. It's a shame we didn't get to see too much of Regan's deck. We did get that win game too, which was very nice. But yeah, we'll have to check in with Regan later for perhaps a deck check to see what exactly is happening there, because very spicy, very exciting to see it being played. Lovely. All right, Kate. We'll take a short break. I think it's only a small period of time before we start for round 2, so we'll take a quick breather, have a bit of a snack, and then we'll see our gamers for round 2.